Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to the Sri Rupa Siksa part 2. In the first part, we have seen how Srila Rupa Goswami receives instruction from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu reveals his heart to Rupa Goswami in the form of his devotional instructions, which Srila Rupa Goswami expands into various books like Sri Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Sri Ujjwal Nilamani, etc. So, in the last part, we have seen how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu starts off with establishing that bhakti is so rare among thousands, in fact, among millions, one is able to perform Krishna bhakti. So, that is how rare and the fortunate soul who receives the seed of bhakti from Guru, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, such person has a duty to cultivate that seed so that it develops into a creeper and bears fruit of love for Krishna. And what are the precautions that are to be taken to cultivate that seed, and how he needs to cultivate it by constant hearing and chanting. That is the water that needs to be given. And there are some things to be avoided, like Vaishnava Aparad is one, which is like mad elephant. We have to protect this creeper from mad elephant, like there is Vaishnava Aparad. And secondly, the other desires, Bhukti Mukti desires, if they are in the form of anarthas, unwanted things in our heart, they need to be Prathamai Upashakar Karay Chedan. They need to be cut off so that the original seed or original creeper that we want to water and cultivate, that blooms and gives rise to fruit of love of Krishna. And this love of Krishna is the Pancham Purushartha. It is greater than Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. In fact, once one gets a whiff of love of Krishna, little fragrance of love of Krishna, immediately all Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, all types of perfections appear like Trunavat, like blade of grass to him. So that's what we have seen in the last episode. And today we are going to discuss, this is the part 2, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will explain what is sadhana bhakti. That means devotional service in practice. What are its symptoms? What is its definition? And some supporting evidences from Srimad Bhagavatam. And what happens when we perform or practice this devotional service, sadhana bhakti, what it matures into, that is bhav bhakti and prem bhakti. And what happens when one attains bhav bhakti and prem bhakti? What does one receive by attaining that? That's what we are going to see in this part. So let's start. So, what is sadhana bhakti? Before that, we will understand what is bhakti in general. What is pure bhakti? We will understand. And then that pure bhakti can be in practice and in perfection. That we will see later. So, what is pure bhakti? Srila Rupa Goswami defines अन्याभिलाषिता शून्यं ज्ञानकर्माद्यनावृतम् आनुकूल्येन कृष्णानुशीलनं भक्तिरुत्तमा. So it has two boundary characteristics and one innate characteristic. Boundary characteristic means what cannot come in, and innate characteristic is what comes in simple words. So anya bhilashita shunyam, not having any other desire apart from serving Krishna. So that is anya bhilashita shunyam. Second, jnana karmadi anavritam, even the process is not covered or affected by karma kand or impersonal knowledge. And anukulyana krishnanushilanam, having a favorable disposition towards Krishna in order to please Krishna, that anushilanam, constant practice, this is called as shuddha bhakti or uttama bhakti. Okay, in Bengal equivalent it says anya vancha anya puja chhadi jnana karma anukulye sarvendriye krishnanushilanam. That means anya vancha, giving up any other desire. Anya Anya puja means object is not demigod or anyone else. Krishna or Krishna's incarnations like Lord Ram, Lord Narsimha, and giving up the process of gyan and karma, like obsession to varnashram duties and this impersonal knowledge. So giving, not allowing them to be affected, uh, not allowing them to affect our bhakti, and anukulya sarvendriya Krishnanushilanam. With all our limbs, we are trying to serve all Krishna's limbs. So that is in short what is Uttama Bhakti. So it has to be Anyavilashita Shunyam, because Srila Rupa Goswami says that unless heart is free from desires for liberation and sense gratification, how can one taste the bliss of bhakti? So therefore it has to be Anyavilashita Shunyam completely. No desire for bhukti, no desire for mukti. Then he cites evidences like Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Srila Narad Muni has said this. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, free from all designations, all temporary material designations, like I am this, I am that, related to this body and this mind. Tatparatvena Nirmalam. And with purity, we try to serve Krishna's senses. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. And then he cites references from Srila Rupa Goswami is citing. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching. So these references are Madguna Shruti Matrena Mai Sarva Guhashaye Manogati Ravichinna Yatha Ganga Masombudo. That means just like Ganga water flows towards ocean without any disturbance or obstacle. Similarly, simply by hearing Krishna Katha, if our mind is flowing only towards Krishna, Madguna Shruti Matrena, Mai, Sarva Guhashe, who is present in everybody's heart, Manogati Ravichinna, without breakage, without breaking. So that Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya Nirgunasya hi Udavartam. This bhakti is transcendental and ahaituki avyavahita, is not motivated by some material agenda, or avyavahita, it's not broken, like it is continuous. Second, and even if mukti is offered to him, salokya sarashti samipya sarupyam ekatvam apyuta diyamanam na grundanti vina matsevanam jana. So even 4 types of liberation are offered to him, he doesn't want them because he is satisfied in bhakti. So by performing this kind of bhakti, one mad bhavaya upapadyate, one receives a transcendental form to serve transcendental Krishna. Like if you want to serve Krishna, you need to have similar characteristics of that of Krishna. So one, after giving up this material body, he receives a transcendental form to serve Krishna to the fullest extent. So when one performs sadhana bhakti, that sadhana bhakti is कृति साध्य भवेत साध्य भावासा साधना विदा नित्य सिद्धस्य भावस्य प्राकट्यम हृदय साध्यता. That trying to serve Krishna so that the nitya siddha bhav of the Vrajvasis or any parshadas anywhere, that appears in our heart, and a sadhana performed for that is, or practice performed to attain that perfection, to attain bhav, is sadhana bhakti. Now what is bhav? One may ask. Bhav is, in short, it is Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Suryanshu, this Samya Bhak. Ruchi bhi chitta masrunya krudaso bhava uchyate. That means this bhav is made up of Krishna's Antaranga Shakti. And that means it doesn't belong to Jeev Shakti or it doesn't belong to Maya Shakti. It belongs to Krishna's Antaranga Shakti, Bhakti Shakti. And it is the first Ankur or first ray of sun. If the prem is compared to sun, bhav is compared to the first ray of that sun. What does it do? Ruchivi chitta masurnyakrit. With different desires, the heart starts becoming the heart starts melting. So right now also we may be trying to, we may have some desire to please Krishna and other things, but that's not melting my heart. So that's not bhav stage. That's still sadhana bhakti. Okay. When heart starts melting with those desires, what desires? Ruchi bhi. What ruchi bhi? Sauradavilash, Sevavilash, Swakartruk Anukulyavilash. Desire to serve Krishna, meet Krishna, having loving exchanges with Krishna, those desires, when they start melting the heart, that is bhav stage. And that is the goal of sadhan bhakti. Okay. Okay, then what happens when the bhav becomes condensed? Sadhana bhakti haite hai rati raude. Rati is equivalent to bhav. That is synonym to bhav. Rati gad hai le tara prema namak hai. When rati becomes gad, it is called as prem. That prem becomes condensed and developed and blossoms into further stages which are mentioned. Prema vruddhi krame nama sneha man pranay rag anurag bhav mahabhav hai. So these are the further stages. You can think of milk being condensed to rabdi, then to peda. The mahabhav is the peda stage. Prem is like the milk stage, you can think. Then, or oh, okay, the even better analogy is given by Kaviraj Goswami himself or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Yeche bij ikshu rasa guda khanda sar. Sharkara Sita Michri Uttam Michri R. Just like the sugarcane juice, when you condense it, it becomes the jaggery. Then you process the jaggery, it becomes the sugar. Then you process the sugar, it becomes crystal sugar. And the sweetness and the beauties, it just gets enhanced in the further stages. So, in the similar way, from Prem to Mahabhav, this happens. What happens? There is some sthai bhav, that one particular mood in which one wants to serve Krishna. That bhav is called as sthai bhav. That gets nourished by different ingredients. What are those? ऐ सब कृष्ण भक्तेर रसेर स्थाई भाव मिले यदि विभाव अनुभाव सात्विक व्यभिचारे भावेर मिलने कृष्ण भक्ति रस है अमृत आस्वादन. So Krishna Bhakti Ras becomes Amrit Aswadan by mixture of this. Sthai Bhav is the mainstay or the main ingredient. And in that ingredient, other Vibhav, Anubhav, etc., they mix up. Vyabhichari Bhav, etc., they mix up. And they gives rise to a particular taste of devotion. Complete taste of devotion. That is tasted, Rasyate iti rasa. That taste or mellow is tasted by Krishna and it is tasted by devotee also. Okay, before bhav arises, there is some taste in devotional service, but it is technically not the complete taste that we are talking here, the rasa. Okay, actually, some taste one starts getting even from the first day of bhajan, but we are talking about the complete taste, which is called as rasa. So, what happens is thai bhav. Let's suppose we'll take one example. Friend of Krishna, let's say Subal. So he has a sthai bhav towards Krishna of that of a friendship, sakhya bhav. He is the priya narma sakha of Krishna, and in that the vibhav are two types, like ashray and vishay. So Subal himself is the vishay. Subal himself is the ashray, and Krishna, who is of Kishore age, playful mood, takes a coward stick with him. That is the ashray of Subal's vibhav. And when he sees Krishna in that way, there is some anubhav, like tears. He starts jumping in ecstasy. Okay, and then there is some this sattvic bhav, like his hair stand on end and his voice starts choking by seeing Krishna and speaking to Krishna. And sanchari bhav is like a particular emotion, like he has a joy in his heart or curiosity in his heart, harsha, that he is going to go with Krishna to the forest today. So this all in totality makes rasa, which is experienced by Subal, which is called as Sakkharas. That's that's what he experiences day and night for eternity. And that's what is experienced by Krishna also similarly. Whatever that exchange happens, it happens in, it's like a flow, like give and take, like, you know, prema rasa vyapar it is. So coming back, so you can think of it as sthai bhav can be a main ingredient like milk, and anubhav, vibhav, sanchari bhav, sattvic bhav, that can be like sugar and elaichi and the saffron and other flavors that get added, and you boil it and it becomes barfi or peda or something, and that is like the rasa, that that is a divine rasa or bhakti rasa, that is a property or monopoly of the spiritual world. That perverted reflection of that is what people experience in this world. Rase saras chamatkaro yam vinana raso rasa. What is rasa? That which astonishes us. So this astonishing factor is consistent, ever increasing, everlasting in spiritual world. In material world, it is illusory, temporary, misery producing. So that is to summarize. And then our Rupa Goswami, or rather Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Rupa Goswami that this bhava or this rati that we talked about is of 5 types. Shanta, that means neutrality, simply appreciating Krishna. Tasya, some active service. Sakhya, friendship with Krishna. Vatsalya, parental mood towards Krishna. And Madhurya, Madhur, having Ujjwal Rasa, having Madhur Rati means conjugal love towards Krishna. Okay, these are 5 mukhya sthai bhav. Then there are 7 gauna sthai bhav like hasya and adbhuta, veera, karuna, bhivatsa, bhay. So this is like laughter and astonishment and chivalry and compassion, anger, fear. So these are in spiritual world, these are also present, and they enhance the taste in a pastime. So just to give an example, hasya rasa, Krishna is sitting with Sri Madhumangal for the dinner, and Sri Madhumangal jokes, one who has tasted this kind of food, for him the bhukti and mukti, the swarga and liberation is also like blade of grass. Then he says, why did Brahmaji gave me this small stomach? If I'm hating the Vidhata for giving me the small stomach. He should have given me the bigger belly so that I could eat more. And when this prasad is served, whoever says no, I have eaten enough, is the offender to the prasad. Like that. Madhumangal says he is bringing this laughter rasa, hasya rasa. His mainstay is Sakhya ras with Krishna. In that adds hasya ras, which is the gauna. And in that, this his laughing can be like anubhav. And Krishna sitting with him for the dinner is the vibhav. Who is also laughing at Madhumangal and at Madhumangal's joke. And this is the spiritual world, and one should feel motivated to go there and experience this rasa. So, the examples of different devotees in different rasa are given. Shanta Bhakta, Nava Yogendra, Sanakadi are. In Shanta Bhakta, there is Nava Yogendra, who talked to Nimi in 11th canto, and Sanak, the 4 Kumaras. Dasya Bhava Bhakta, Sarvatra Sevak Apar. Dasya Bhava devotees are everywhere. Ambarish Maharaj, Sri Bhagirath, so many are Dasya Bhava Bhaktas. Prithu Maharaj. Sakhya Bhakta, Shridamadi, Pure Bhima Arjun. In Vraj, Shridama, Subal, etc. are the Sakhya Bhaktas. And in Pura, that means in Hastinapur or in Dwarka, Bhima and Arjuna are his friends. Then Vatsalya Bhakta Mata Pita Yata Gurujan. Whoever is Mata Pita, Yashoda Maiya, Nanda Maharaj, Upananda, uh, Rohini, then Devaki Vasudev, then our Sandipani Muni, Garga Muni, all these Gurujan, all these Mata Pita, they are all can be counted in parental mood. And then Madhura Rase Bhakta Mukhya Vraje Gopi Gan. In Madhura Ras, the main are the gopis of Vrindavan and Mahishi Gana, Lakshmi Gana, and Asankhya Gana. And in Vaikuntha there are Lakshmis, and in Dwaraka there are Mahishis, queens like Rukmini Satyabhama. So these are the examples of different categories of of particular mood toward Krishna. And in the next part, we are going to see that this bhav is further divided into two subcategories, and we will see the examples of them. I'll just give you one idea what we are going to talk about in the next part. Aishwarya Jnana Mishra, that which is governed by awe and reverence, that type of bhav, and Kevala, the Vraj bhav, which is full of intimacy, and that bhav we are going to discuss. And examples, the comparison between the two of them we are going to discuss, and the speciality of each rasa, Shanta rasa or Dasya rasa or Shanta attitude towards Krishna, or Dasya and Sakhya and Vatsalya, and how Madhura is the topmost, that we are going to discuss in the next part. Hare Krishna, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Today happens to be Srila Rupa Goswami's disappearance day. So this we offer at his lotus feet and pray that we get his blessings to follow what he has given us, this treasure, that we treasure it in our heart, we try to share it with others. Jai. So thank you so much. Krishna willing, we will discuss the next part very shortly. And have a nice Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.